The gentleman from California moves to strike the last word, Mr. Costa, and he's recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for allowing us the opportunity to debate this important resolution. As we approach the 95th anniversary of the start of the Armenian Genocide, I would call on my colleagues, notwithstanding all the issues that are before us, that we pass this resolution. I think by any reasonable standard, established history shows that between 1915 and 1923, the Ottoman Empire, not the present-day Turkish government, but the Ottoman Empire systematically killed an estimated 1.5 million Armenians and drove hundreds and thousands and others into exile from their ancestral homeland. This atrocity is well documented in the United States archives. It's been universally accepted in the International Association of Genocide Scholars and broader academic communities. Now, as members of the Foreign Affairs Committee, we all approach this issue from different perspectives. One can debate specific historical incidences, but I can tell you from my own personal experiences, having grown up in Fresno, California, the land of William Saroyan, that I heard stories as a young man from my grandparents and from grandparents of my neighbors and friends of Armenian families about being forced to leave their homes, the stories of long marches and horrific murders systematically. Clearly, they believed this was a systematic approach to eliminate the Armenian communities in places that had been their home and farms for centuries. My Armenian friends in the neighborhoods that I grew up in believe this was a systematic approach among the first genocides of the 20th century, and so do I. The Armenian Genocide created a framework of genocide as we consider similar atrocities that continue to occur not only in the 20th century, but in the 21st century. It has been noted before: the Holocaust, Cambodia, Rwanda, Bosnia, and now Darfur. As leaders, we must not allow Turkey, with all due respect, to ask us to believe that the Armenian Genocide was not a genocide or that did not occur. In standing up to this policy of denial, we honor the martyrs of the genocide and encourage our Turkish allies, our friends of modern-day Turkey, to come to terms with this past. 3 years ago, I, as a part of this committee, visited Turkey. I met with the foreign minister. He is now the president of Turkey. I raised this issue. I talked about the fact that countries, including ours, have part of our past, as was noted here earlier, that we're not proud of. Certainly slavery was a part of our past that we were not proud of. But we've acknowledged that, and we've moved on. I suggested to then the foreign minister, who is now president, that Turkey work its way through this, because no one holds modern-day Turkey responsible for what took place 95 years ago. So in a very powerful, significant way, we reinforce our own vital role as Americans in leading the international community toward unconditional opposition to all instances of genocide. Supporters of this resolution are constantly told, and it's been said here today, that this is not the right time. Well, let me add my voice to those who have also indicated that if this is not the right time, please tell me when the right time will be. Genocide must never be something that is glossed over or forgotten. As world leaders, the United States must recognize this genocide and continue to strongly condemn any genocide around the world. As we stand up for human rights and American values, we simply cannot continue our policy of denial regarding the Armenian Genocide, the first in the 20th century that was recognized. So I encourage all of my members, all the members of this committee, to support House Resolution 252 to recognize the Armenian Genocide as a matter of fact by this Congress. So I proudly today, in honor of those who I grew up with, the Khazarians, the Collegians, the Bakers, the Abrahamians, the Carabians, and the Kashans, that listening to those stories as a young man, I never ever forgot. And this vote today that I will cast is in honor of their families who did suffer as a result of the Armenian Genocide. I lend back the balance of my time.